round of applause to you for checking out this podcast on So You Want to Get a Dog? Let's chat. Congratulations! You're considering getting a dog or puppy for your house. Well, here's a couple things I'd like you to think about. Are you thinking about getting a dog or a puppy? Such an exciting time in your life. Well, let's talk for a minute. Let's chat. Let's talk about the negative and get that out of the way. They're going to be expenses. Dogs are expensive. So you need to put that into your budget. Vet bills, nutritious food, training costs, because whether this is a little dog or a big dog, you want this dog to have good manners. You're going to need to be in a place in your life where you can commit for the life of this dog. That might be 10 years, up to 20 or 25 if you're really lucky. You need to think about what dog or puppy do you want? What breed or what size, what energy level? It's so important that you get one which is the right fit for you and your lifestyle so that dogs stay out of shelters. I do have a podcast on that which can help. You have to realize, just like kids, sometimes the needs of your dog will come before your needs and what you would like to do. So why would people commit 10 to 20 plus years and lots of cash for this particular four-footed creature? There is nothing like a dog. Charles Schulz coined the phrase, "Happiness is a warm puppy." When I was a teacher, that was the motto over my classroom door. I agree with Charles. There is nothing that makes me happier than gazing into my dog's eyes and seeing and feeling that total unconditional devotion and love. I wouldn't know what I would do if I was coming home to an empty house instead of being greeted by puppy smiles and tail wags and possibly a kiss or two. I'd be so lonely if I didn't have a dog resting at my feet when I'm sitting by my computer or my TV. I get a lot of joy from my dogs, and I believe you would get joy from your dog as well. It's really fun to share your dog, whether you're going downtown, hiking, traveling, or possibly even eventually having a therapy dog. Having a dog is a great way to connect with others. Who doesn't love a cute puppy or dog? You will meet so many people. And there's health benefits. Health benefits for your heart. You have to exercise. The dog needs to walk. There's research which also shows that it lowers your blood temperature and lowers your heart rate, just petting a dog, which is one reason why they're wonderful therapy animals. There's so much we humans can learn from these angels on the earth. Dogs love. Dogs forgive. Dogs don't judge. They don't care how much weight you have or your intelligence or how much money you have. They just need the basics: food, water, shelter, but especially love. And please understand, I'm not saying that dogs are the only pet you can have. There's a lot of wonderful species out there. Cats can share many of these qualities. Typically, they're more aloof, but some cats are just as sweet and affectionate, and they are more independent than a dog. Before I was the dog lady, I was the rat lady. I had rats in my classroom where kids were learning about not only the reproduction cycle, but also about how you can misjudge an animal until you get to know it. They found rats were intelligent, affectionate, and very, very clean. But rats die very fast. I wanted a longer time together with my chosen animal. I grew up with English setters, which were my father's hunting dogs. It wasn't a lot of fun because they were working animals. They lived in a kennel, and I wasn't able to really enjoy them the way I wanted to enjoy them. So I begged for my own dog. I worked for 2 solid years, and finally my dad and mom said, "Okay, Jeannine, you can get a dog." So I was where you were. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to get a dog. What am I going to get? What am I going to do? So I researched and I looked at all different breeds and I thought about my life and I got my very first golden. Joshua was amazing, so intelligent and loving. I've had many dogs since then. They've all been Goldens except for one, Chi, which I loved but was not a good family dog at all. I really cannot imagine my life now without at least one fur baby. My husband and I have 4, Jazz and her daughter Rosie, Kimmy and her son Orvie. I've got to admit, sometimes 4 is a little over the edge. I recommend you start with 1. And don't get 2 puppies at one time. That's really tricky. I believe you're going to see that dogs are worth every penny and every tear. I do know at some point I will be holding their paw as they cross the rainbow bridge. But that's part of life, right? I totally think you should get a dog or puppy. Just be sure you're ready to commit to your fur baby and find one that best suits your life. A round of applause to you for checking out this podcast. I'm Jeannine Smith, canine educator and canine consultant for EduPups. Paws up to you. Woof woof.